What's up, guys? It's Dunn
and Drew.
Make sure y'all subscribe.
And also click the bell to get notifications for right when we upload new videos.
Dunn and Drew, baby.
Swear I should be locked up for stupid that I did, but I'm a champion. So I turn tragedy to triumph. Make music that's fire. Put my soul through the fire. Should be locked up for stupid that I did, but I'm a champion.
3, 2, 1, 0. Ignition. Liftoff of the Falcon 9 and Crew Dragon. Go NASA. Go SpaceX. Godspeed, Bob and Doug. Pitching down range.
Stage 1 nominal. Propulsion is nominal.
What started as a peaceful demonstration didn't take long to turn violent.
Officer Miller, you look like you got some sense. You look like you want to break apart from this. You look like you want to break ranks.
What we're trying to do is stand up for the basic rights of humanity. And that's what we're trying to do, and we're trying to do it in a peaceful way. We do not want to go through this anymore.
The memory of George Floyd is being dishonored by rioters, looters, and anarchists.
I want to be able to go in the right neighborhood and feel safe. I want to be able, when the cop is driving behind me, I don't have to clench and be tense, okay? I want to be able just to be free and not have to think about every step I take.
Next name. Keith Scott. Next name. Terrell Thomas. Next name. Randy Evans. Next name. Clifford Glover. Next name. Chimera Rice. Next name. Yvonne Smallwood. Next name. Tanisha Anderson.
The only reason we're here is to make sure that you got a voice. That's it. There we go. Don't think for a second that he represents who these cops are from all over the county and around this nation. We go out there to help people, not do that nonsense. Let's walk. Let's walk.
Not on the side of looters. I feel like you think I am.
Can we wait till we get there? And I'm like, we've tried to preface the episode. You say I'm not on the side of looters. I'm like, I'm not racist. That's okay. All right. Recording 2, 1. All right, I'm recording on. Are you recording on GarageBand?
Yes.
Okay. All right, welcome to episode 138. Have obviously just a couple items to get to this episode. One thing I want to say before Eric gets into he's got a lot here. So before he gets into it, I just want to say congratulations to the astronauts that left Earth Saturday. It was a great choice. I've seen that meme about 1 billion times in the last 24 hours, so I thought I'd share it with you guys in case you haven't seen it 1 billion times.
Say it again. You kind of ran through that pretty quickly.
Oh, I said congrats to the astronauts that left Earth Saturday. Great choice.
Oh, yes.
As we saw in the intro.
We need more of them.
More
Preferably
astronauts?
Me.
Or more people leaving Earth?
Both. But you got to know a lot about space and science and engineering to even become an astronaut.
And we'll get into that later, right?
Yes, we will. But first, it's not even an elephant in the room. It's
a racist elephant in the room.
Life. It's life, man. It's life. And here we are again. We were just talking about 2 weeks ago. We were talking about Ahmaud Arbery, right? And here we are.
Yeah, you gotta get closer to the mic.
Here we are. I'll turn my gain up. Here we are, quarantined. What are you looking for?
Huh? Is this mom or dad?
It's dad.
Oh.
It's in there. That's where all the books are.
Why he's looking for the liquor?
He's looking for a book.
Studious. What book? Bible?
Jokes.
Corinthians?
No, it's a Negro book.
Oh, don't say that right now.
You got it deep buried?
Yes, there's a lot of books in there. You got to move them around.
God, you're so smart. God, you're well read.
He's still making
There it is.
I'm always asking, making people always making reference, asking you a question. I make reference to the book.
Should have got him on the show. Get his thoughts.
We do need to get him on the show to talk about this stuff. But Andrew.
Oh.
I know we've been quiet. We haven't been talking about it much, but I've been very vocal on social media, which in turn turns out to my accounts getting flooded because my audience is mostly white men.
You're bad.
So, of course, yeah.
Why?
Sorry for being myself and attracting the people that I did. I don't know how that happened. I don't know why black people don't fuck with me. But now look where we're at. We're on the same side now, my niggas. And white people are in my mentions. Some of y'all. There's a lot of y'all showing me love, and I appreciate you. But some of y'all just don't get it. Y'all just got, and it ain't your fault. But it ain't too late to change. But that's what we hoping that we can do during our lifetimes, I guess. But I'm tired. I'm exhausted. I'm stressed. I'm angry. I'm frustrated. And I didn't come on this podcast to debate you, Andy, about the riots and the looting, all that shit. I'm here to just say straight up that the point of all this is the institutionalized racial system that we got in this country. That's the only point I'm trying to make. Whatever we get into, we'll get into, but that's the main point of all this. And you don't experience that type of shit if you white, because you got privilege. And that's what a lot of these kids don't understand. They don't understand that they got white privilege. They're trying to tell me, a black man, about how to live black or living black, and trying to educate me on MLK. And I'm reading this shit every night just like, what is this dude trying to tell me? Trying to tell me about living black in America. So I've been pissed off all week replying to these people. They don't understand that they can drive a nice car and not get asked by a cop, like, how did you afford this? Or walk in the neighborhood and not be suspicious to people. Or be considered a threat just for walking around and looking like a big-ass thug. But I don't carry myself that way, but I don't know how people perceive me. But that's the way I'm thinking, just because that's the situation we're in this country. And we're tired, man. It's like the Warriors going to the finals every year.
God, I love
We're tired of
your sports analogies.
I got to throw it in there. It's a
Thank
sports
you.
podcast, you know?
Thank you.
Try to keep it a little lighthearted, so I try. And there's been many violent protests over the years in the course of our history. So the fact that all these white guys that just don't understand and talking to me about violence is not the answer, yes, the hell it is.
Well, there are also black people that are saying that too.
Yes, there are. And we're telling them as well, listen, it is the answer. And I feel like there's more people on the side of the violence than there are saying no, from what I'm seeing at least. And that depends on who you're following, the type of people you're following.
Yeah.
Yeah. But the main thing that pissed me off was the guys that were telling me that there's more black on black crime out here, and why don't we ever speak up about that? And black on black crime isn't a real thing. Because there's crime between every race. There's white on white crime. There's black on white crime. There's white on black crime. There's Spanish on white crime. There's all types of crime. So to pick out black on black crime because that's a phrase that the media made up to try to make us look more like we hate each other than we do,
And it's like
that's what's been pissing me off the most.
Yeah, that type of crime isn't black people aren't killing black people because they're black.
Yeah, black people aren't killing black people because they're black. They're killing them because of drugs, gang-related stuff, and they're doing it because of money. They live in poor areas. They need money, and they have no other means to get it except to kill people for their drug money. And that's where the black-on-black crime comes from. And the reason they're in these poor areas is because of this class and social injustice that's been in this country for years. So people doing what they got to do to survive. But they're not out here shooting black people because, oh, I hate this black dude. Pop! No. They're trying to get money and they're trying to survive out here. And violence is the byproduct of trying to survive in America, unfortunately. Look what we got going on right now. So my solution, being a big black man that has had white friends, black friends, Indian friends, Spanish friends, I'm the most diverse.
Chinese?
Korean, Vietnamese,
okay.
Not too many Chinese. So I've had diverse friends my entire life. I've never had an ounce of racism in my body ever. I just make fun of race because it's funny to make fun of now, but maybe I'll lighten up more because this shit's getting serious. But I encourage all you white guys that reached out to me and said, yo, Eric, I could never understand or begin to put myself in your position, but I stand with you. I'm your ally. I'm here for you, and we're going to ride this out together. That's the shit you got to do. You got to text your black friends, ask them about their experiences. Black people, talk to your white friends. Tell them about the shit that you go through because we don't talk about it enough. And now that we've had this quarantine for 3 months, people are out of jobs, we're stuck in a house, and this stuff's still going on from the people that do go outside. We have nothing else to do right now except be mad and riot. So now it's getting this much attention because of all the other stuff that's going on right now with the pandemic. Because I believe if there was no pandemic right now, this would be another kill a black guy, wait for the verdict, and move on with our lives because we don't have any distractions right now. We got no sports. We got no routines right now. Most people are in the house. So this is the only thing that's feeding our minds right now. So all I'm saying is, obviously there needs to be a change. Hit up all your friends, start talking about real issues. Make sure you fucking vote. Because by not voting, that doesn't help anything.
And he doesn't mean the president. Because this should happen under Obama.
It's happened under everybody.
Yeah.
But like you said earlier in one of our group chats, it starts at the local precincts. Your chief of police. It starts there. And then the laws that are made in D.C., those are so general and so broad. But it starts in your home. And there's so much corruptness in these little pockets in the USA. But they have to be changed from within. We can't change it from the top. It's got to change from within, and then it'll trickle out to all the other cities. And that takes a lot of damn time.
Oh, yeah.
But that's all we have. That's all we have. So it's obvious that we need reform, and we need a new generation of leadership. And right now, it's our generation that has to step up and try to change this fucking country. It's not our parents. My dad was 9 during the Civil Rights Movement. Our grandparents lived through all that segregation. Now, we're at a place where we can freely walk amongst all races, but there's still racism from the country's past. So now we have the opportunity to change that. So, talk to each other, make friends, and stop being fucking racist. It's going to take a lot of time.
Okay. Thank you.
Don't thank me.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry, I'm trying to be unconfrontational.
All right, so you said you don't want to talk about the riots, but I want to just get it out of the way now because I think that's the point. That's the part where it lost a lot of people. And so I think we should talk about it because I think everyone was on board. Every police office, sheriff's office was on board with condemning what happened and agreed that this was murder and the guy should be charged. So, and when the protests started, everyone was on board, and then when the rioting started, I think that's when people started, jumping off the support bandwagon. So I guess we'll talk about that real quick. My question is, first, what do you think it means to, I hear a lot of people saying burn down the system and start over. What do you think that would entail? Even though I didn't hear you say that.
Burn down the system and start over.
Yeah. What do you think that means?
I don't think they know what it means. I think they're
just something to say.
They're just speaking out of anger.
Yeah.
Maybe for different political reasons, because not everybody that was rioting because of what happened, obviously. So if you're saying burn down the system, obviously there needs to be change, but burning down the system leaves you with no system. So we'll have a riot nonstop. So that doesn't make any sense to me. I guess it's a metaphor of changing the system.
Yeah.
But burning it down is not, practical. Because like I said, it starts from individual cities. You're not going to start with changing the president and all of a sudden things will change. That's not how it works.
Yeah, I agree that this...
a whole government that has to work together. It's not just the president. He's a puppet.
This issue definitely is not a top-down issue. This is an issue that starts at the bottom level. And even before you said vote, even before that, before you get to government, voting in government, you start with your friends and family. Like if you have someone in your family that's,
it starts at birth.
Racist. Yeah.
Because racism is taught. Obviously, we don't come out of the womb saying, I hate,
I thought we weren't going to do that on this show. I thought we were going to skip that with this show.
No, I always got to put that in there.
All right, cool. I'll throw it in.
Things are always going to be funny to me. This isn't, but I always make a joke here and there.
Okay, so another point. I hear your message about racism, and I agree with you that we have to get it past. I don't know if you said this in your little monologue there, but I know you said it in text or Snapchat DM. We have to get past the idea that this is about cops, even though most of the protests look like it is about cops, because I agree it's not the main issue, and we have to get at the root of the issue. But after the dust settles in the streets of the country, what do you think the best way to... Well, I guess you already talked about that. Because after this week's polarizing events, I just see racists becoming more racist and the divide growing even stronger.
Yeah, I don't have the answers to save the country because it starts with the people. The people have to change. It starts with conversations. We have to get to know each other. We have to understand our livelihoods. You have to understand what I go through when I go to a grocery store, and I need to understand how you feel about that situation. That's where it starts. It starts with having a conversation around how people are living their day-to-day lives. And the reason everybody's mad is because people don't understand what other people are going through. That's why I said in the beginning, people are messaging me like, I don't understand what you're going through. And when I posted that shit on Instagram and all these people commented, showing their racism, I had white people messaging me saying, yo, those comments opened my eyes and made me think differently. It's because we don't have these conversations. So when people are giving the opinions that they actually think, and other people are reading these and they're like, oh, damn. So there's people out here that actually think like that. And, oh, so this is how black people feel, because we don't talk about this enough. It happens all the time, but we don't come out and talk about it enough because it's just a one-off, because we're out here living our lives and we have so many distractions and we're just focused on, getting money that we overlook what really matters out here, which is trying to live in harmony with each other. And that's in jeopardy right now.
Yeah, that's a good point. All right, so let me give my quick takes. You don't have to reply. I'm just going to go through them real quick. And then I have another thought I want to add. I applaud all of the people, first off, that are protesting because, number one, it's like the most important thing, freedom of speech in America. and especially with a topic that is important. I applaud all the police that are keeping their composure while protesters are in their face, yelling "fuck the cops," throwing glass at them, setting their cars on fire. I feel bad for the peaceful protesters that are getting lumped into the crew of looters and violent opportunists. I can't stand Twitter right now because clips are being shared on both sides, like just a short clip, not showing what came before, what's on the clip, and it's they add a clout chasing caption on it for retweets. Oh, that just grinds my gears, drives me up a wall. I also accidentally made my way into the pro Antifa Twitter a few times. It's like getting into a YouTube black hole. It's hard to get out of. Speaking of Antifa, I think Trump's, well, no, they didn't sign anything, but he said America's going to declare Antifa a terrorist organization, which is another topic in itself. And as much as a shock that this is, and you might agree with me, I don't know, but
we're doing well so far.
What?
So we're doing well so far.
Are. I believe the state of the police force in America, I mean, I don't think this is that controversial. It just sounds weird to say. The state of police force in America is the best it's ever been. And that doesn't mean it's great or good at all. But I believe that just out of natural human tendency, it gets better every year because we become more exposed to each other, and especially social media. But it's not good to just sit by and wait for years to go by for it to get better over time. I think stuff like this needs to happen.
And the reason I get why people are mad at cops, obviously, you'd be stupid not to understand why people feel that way. But you can have your own opinion about the cops. And if you disagree with the people who are saying F12, F the cops, those same people are, mad because they disagree with you. But that's the problem we have. People have opinions. And when people don't agree with those opinions, it turns into a riot. And I'm not sitting here bashing all cops. I saw a tweet with thousands of retweets with somebody mad that people were sharing videos of cops, being cool with pedestrians because they're going to turn around and shoot you anyway. And that's just the mindset they're having right now because they're traumatized from what's going on in the country. And they're not right or wrong. It's just the way people are thinking right now. And you can't blame them due to everything that's going on in the country. So everything goes back to
it's like
the main theme in this country. And it's all messed up. And everybody's minds are scrambled.
It's like coronavirus.
Thinking about stuff like that.
It's like coronavirus, like the invisible enemy. You don't know who's racist and who's not. So it's like, let's stay away from them all.
And when I was seeing the cops in the crowd, I thought to myself, I never spoke this verbally, but I thought to myself, I was like, what would happen if these cops, just started protesting with the crowd? I thought about that. But then once you start damaging property and looting, cops naturally have to step in.
Yeah, that's their job.
That's their job. They're going to stop you from damaging property and burning shit. But at the same time, some of that stuff was planted for destruction. Bricks, police cars, it's all messed up. There's some corrupt shit going on. But it's not in every protest, it's scattered. And that's the thing. People don't understand that. Everyone wants to say everything is all this, everything is all that. But that's never the case.
That's another device. It's like the two-party system, black or white. Every Twitter take has to be this or that. There's so much gray area in life that if people embraced gray area and understood that no one can be all right, it's okay not to be all right. It's okay to not know the answer. Like me, every take that I've had on the show, I can change my mind by talking to someone. Gray area and not knowing exactly how you feel is good. And I'll probably change my mind in a few years. But yeah, I like that take. I want to add, I wrote this little piece and I really want to read it. It's not necessarily to you, it's to listeners. So I'm obviously not directing all this at you, but let me just give a thought on the riots. I understand that there have been peaceful protests before, and yet we still have issues. Luckily, because of technology, these issues are brought to light more often. But even so, justice isn't always served. This kind of sounds like a poem. You know, I see that MLK meme on Facebook, Twitter, mainly Facebook. It's a Facebook meme. That MLK meme saying he was a peaceful protester, ... changed the world. I don't agree with the looting, the smashing of cop cars, business windows at all. But I would definitely have, like, last night, I had a hard time sleeping, even especially after our Snapchat group chat messages. I would have a hard time sleeping if I didn't try my best to understand it. Understand the fires, the smashing of police cars. So here goes my best attempt at understanding it with a little essay I wrote. And it's like an essay I would do in high school, just a few sentences. Back in MLK's day, and sorry, I know you don't like when white people talk MLK, but here we go. Back in MLK's day, the laws were like literally racist. Racism was more tangible back in when MLK was peacefully protesting. People could see what he was fighting because it was called the Jim Crow laws. There were actual laws written in local and federal levels that stated he was supposed to be treated differently than white people. Jim Crow laws were something any person could see, black or white or other, so it was easier to see what they were fighting for. Nowadays, racism isn't as tangible for people who aren't black or who aren't racist. It's not tangible until a video like George Floyd's gets shared out to social media. But then still, many will just call it one rogue cop. So how do we fight what many aren't seeing? Where does change happen? The voting booth? I've heard a lot of black activists and politicians stress it, but I've seen a lot of others say it doesn't work, that it's so systematic that it can't be changed unless we change the actual people from the ground up. So I guess my understanding or acceptance is that people are just so frustrated because and people don't understand what they're doing because it's not so apparent as it used to be. Unless you're actually black, you have to be experiencing it, or you have to be, racist and dishing it out. But that's my understanding of why people are so frustrated and burning shit and smashing shit. Although I will say, I don't think the people that are stealing from stores have the same motive as the people that are smashing cop cars and setting.
Yeah, no, the stealing stuff comes from them not having anything themselves, so they're taking advantage of the opportunity to go in there and steal it because they know there will be no consequence due to everything going on.
Can arrest all of us.
Right, exactly. It's anarchy out there. But yes, I'll repeat it again. It starts with understanding other cultures and the way other people live. And until you understand that, you can't formulate an opinion attacking somebody that's living that way. And that's what people were doing in my Instagram comments who were fans of mine. They would start their sentences with, been a fan for a long time, but, and then just go off on a rant trying to tell me some bullshit. So I spent the last few days removing those people from my page. Still didn't block anybody because I've never been a fan of blocking people. Instagram has this new feature where you can remove followers. So they just aren't following me anymore. But like I said, there's a wave of support. So we are doing much better than we were when our parents were kids. Obviously, we can go to school together. We can drink from the same fountain. That wasn't a thing just like 60 years ago. So we've come very far. But we still have a long, long way to go. And it's going to start with us. And when we're old and dying, there will still be racism. Duh. Because it's still going to be taught. And then it will be up to our kids to lead the same fight. And how long will it go on? We'll never know. But while we're here on this earth, that's our job. To be as human as we can. And spread love and peace. Because there's a lot of shit out here that fucks with us. And there's too many ways to die to be dying because of racism.
Okay. Racism is cured. Thank you for listening to Dunn and Drew. Share this with your friends, family, enemies.
Fuck. Do I got to take enemies out?
This episode, probably.
Yeah, I'm not sharing this with my enemies. Yeah, moving on, guys. I don't think we're moving into any more positive topics yet, but as you guys know, this has been the craziest year so far of our
lives, right? For sure.
Literally. Yeah.
Isn't that weird? We're living right now in the craziest year of our life.
We're living in a page of a history book right now.
Yeah.
Think about that.
Probably the thickest page. Unless World War II, maybe. Civil War.
We didn't live through World War II, bit.
Oh, true. But I'm talking the thickest page, the thickest chapter in our history books.
Yeah.
I wonder if it's going to be World War II, because that's pretty deep. You got...
This ain't over yet. So I think
True.
we may
Bro, we're not even halfway through.
We may beat World War II.
And World War II wasn't even just 1 year.
Right.
So this one single year.
That's crazy.
I think it'll be called 2020. That'd be I can't wait.
Sick. It'll be sick.
It'll be sick. Look back at it.
Yeah, so if you guys forgot, let's run you back. What has happened so far this year? We're not even halfway through the year. That ends at the end ends at the beginning. Ends at the end of June.
Goodness.
So
we still got hurricanes, bro.
Chill. I spoiled it.
Oh shit, sorry.
January, we had the drone strike that killed that Iranian general.
That was this year?
Yeah.
Fuck.
I thought about that and I was like, damn, that was this year. Because remember the World War III memes? That was this year. That was like the third day of the year. The World War III memes.
Dude, everyone was up late at night. I lived in a different place. Everyone was up like with those World War III memes. That was amazing. I mean, not amazing, but you know what I mean. Yeah.
So that happened like early January. The Ukrainian flight got shot down, all that stuff that happened overseas. And then, the Wuhan lockdown in China happened in January, and we weren't thinking about Corona.
I was dismissing that so hard.
So was I. I was like, China, man, they got some problems over there.
Yeah,
boy, we good
all the way over there. Corona. People were like, Corona beer. Corona sales went down a little bit.
Yeah.
Oh, goodness.
Like I knew it was happening. When I went to LA in February and I got sick, I was like, damn, it's probably from these Chinese people that came to LA, I actually thought that. So sorry if you're Chinese. Yeah, I went to LA in February.
Must have been on the podcast break.
Yeah, we were. I didn't bring my mic.
We definitely
And then end of January, Kobe dies.
January.
End of January shakes the world. Apparently his autopsy just came out.
I don't want to read it.
I don't either.
I don't want to know.
Like that.
What's it going to tell us? Died in a helicopter crash.
It's going to tell you what his body was if they got all his remains. Oh God, I couldn't imagine seeing a Kobe corpse.
Yeah, can you imagine being a first responder and seeing that? People that responded first and didn't know who was in there.
I couldn't imagine doing that on any type of day.
Yeah. For anybody.
The shit they see, bro, on a daily basis.
First responders, I could not fathom being the first to a car crash. That I've read reports in the news business that I'm in. I've read police reports or traffic reports where they say this person was ejected from the car, severed body. Can you imagine showing up and seeing that? I don't know how
you have to be desensitized to life.
Desensitized as fuck.
You see it and you just you humming while you putting the tape down.
It's it's normal to you.
Yeah. Playing your music. I made it, Chief. About to wrap the body up.
Oh, God.
Sick.
That's the thing I think about pretty often is I could never do that. Nor could I'd also be afraid of getting there and they'd still be kind of alive and I'd have to try to save them. No.
Sheesh.
I'm running.
They're like screaming for their lives, begging
me.
to save me.
God, this episode's dark.
This episode is very dark. We'll switch that later. February was pretty chill, and then all hell broke loose. Did anything happen in February? Like major news? We had the dunk contest.
Is that
Dwayne Wade rates a 9 out of 10. Aaron Gordon loses again. That's the only thing I can think of.
Okay. That was pretty lit. That All-Star weekend was pretty good. Yeah, life was recovering. It was mainly like a bunch of, was Kobe late January?
Yeah, late, like the end of the month.
Okay,
yeah, February was a bunch of Kobe morning.
Yeah, it was a bunch of Kobe.
So we were sad as hell.
The Staples Center was jam-packed in February for
224.
his memorial. So, and that's just a month removed from when everything shut down completely.
The TNT segment broke me.
Oh, yeah.
With Shaq, Kenny, EJ. I'm getting goosebumps thinking about it. Goosebumps aren't always a great thing. It's chilling.
Chills.
Then March came. Pandemic starts.
Wow.
Rudy Gobert. Yeah. Great.
NBA.
Of all players.
Shuts down.
My jinx. My Gobert year. Who starts Corona? Rudy Gobert. Go figure, guys. Go figure. Jesus Christ. Starts then. NBA shuts down. Just a domino effect. Everyone
all
locks
leagues shut down.
Every
My
league.
birthday.
And I don't think they started the closing of everything and the stay at home and the...
Not yet.
Yeah, it was like a week later. Like a full week. When people started getting sick and they didn't have enough. Like, how are you not prepared for this kind of thing?
A pandemic?
But every cop out there on the street is tactical geared up.
Oh, God.
It just makes no sense. Or the priorities that we got in this country we're more focused on that than we are the hospitals. Shouldn't have happened. And then the entire country of Italy locks down, other countries lock down. There's still countries in Europe that are on stay-at-home orders. We're not the only one. We just don't hear about them anymore because we got all this bullshit in our country. I think the unemployment rate is at like 40 million now. 40 million people filed. My thing is, where are we getting all this money to pay everybody? We just keep printing it. I'm an economics major, and I don't even understand.
So here's my thought on that. I had this thought the other day. What if it's okay to just print it and give to people during a recession that wasn't caused by, an economic reason? It was like a government-mandated recession. The government chose to shut down.
Mm-hmm.
So they forced... So, like, if they open back up and this virus goes away, it's not like the economy's in the toilet. It's not like a bubble bursted in real estate or the stock market crashed by itself. It's like this is only happening because of a virus, because the government shut it down.
It's a pause.
Yeah, once it opens back up, it'll probably explode. So I don't think maybe inflation doesn't matter here. Maybe we can just print money and say, here you go. Let's keep everything moving until everything's okay. But I will admit to this. Failed economics twice. So take that with a grain of salt. But that's just my 2 cents.
Yeah, I took economics in high school and was not good at it. And then it ended up being my major in college. But they don't, you don't learn these things. You learn by the book in school. And life isn't by the book for the most part. What did you do for your birthday in March? Well, I don't remember. I was supposed to come. Bro. Pandemic.
Yeah, we still haven't met up in Tampa. What did I do?
Yikes.
Hamana. I had a nice dinner with my significant other. What else did I do? I did something exciting the night before. Oh, no. I know me and Tommy went out the week before, but but I also did something exciting the night before. I feel like maybe not. I don't know. This year's been so long that I can't remember. That was 2 months ago. Huh. So what happened in April? He's telling me to hold on 1 second. So
I was plugging in my mic, replugging in my mic. So you got me. April. Let's see. Whole country's on quarantine. So the quarantine grind started in April. That's when everybody was starting to get depressed, get fat. That's when the at-home workouts were starting.
Yeah.
And quickly ending.
The branded quickly ending. Yeah. The branded face masks were being produced.
Right. That's April is when the cases kept rising and rising. The deaths kept rising and rising. That's when everybody was scared that they were going to get it if they stepped out anywhere. We were Lysoling and Cloroxing every single thing that we touched.
Now I don't even wash my hands.
Now we don't give a shit. And that was last month.
Yeah, it's so crazy.
You see how fast this year is moving because of all this crap that's going on. Also in April, Bernie Sanders dropped out of the race and we got stuck with Biden. Really thought Twitter had a good thing going with Bernie and thought he was going to do something. And surprise, surprise, Twitter lied. My question about that, all the primaries, what happened to that? All these states that had primaries or were supposed to have primaries, but they didn't happen because of
well, he already won, and then
Rona?
states actually were trickling in April and May. Like, no one cared. No one reported on them because Biden already pretty much won, but they were trickling in.
Gotcha. And also in April, Kim Jong-un we thought was dead.
Oh, shit. That was April.
I was like,
well, I didn't think he was dead.
Yeah, you were the scientist there.
Ahead of the curve.
It's a good job there. And now you're listening to this in June, or
true.
It's still May if you're in the West Coast, maybe. Depends.
If I grinded and put this up by tonight, then yeah, you're listening to it in May.
Well, most likely you're listening it in June. So May, states are still in lockdown. Some of them are still trying to figure out if they're going to reopen in 2 weeks or not. We reached 100K deaths, 1 million cases. Biden says if you're not black if you don't vote for him. And then after that, we had the Ahmaud shooting. That was late because he got shot in February, and then that video came out.
Oh, the video is what did it. Yeah, true.
Yeah, the attorney on the case released the video. Then the uprising happened, but it was a calm uprising. It was mostly just a social media uprising, like it always is.
Yeah, I'm surprised we didn't see protests for that. You want to talk about that? Why didn't we see, or did we? Because I know there was a lot of unrest in the county that it happened, which is when things started heating up, you saw charges pressed, they bring them in. Something happened, I can't remember, but something happened to cause them to speed up the process. I don't know what it was. I don't think was it physical protests? I don't remember. I think maybe it was. But anyway.
Well, I think the speeding up of it was why the video got released in the first place. Because things were going on behind the scenes and we didn't really know about this case until the video. But they were speeding it up, and they finally released the video, and that's when everybody was like, wow, this happened in February? What the hell's going on? But, yeah, and it was just another case, black man getting shot, not by cops this time, just three guys that surrounded the guy and took him down, running.
Why didn't a protest break out after that?
I don't know. I don't have the answers.
Just a thought. Is it because it's like it doesn't have a face, like 12? It doesn't have cop, a face to look at, a face of racism. Like you can't go out and scream at. I don't know.
I don't know either. I don't know, but because I'm
sure someone has the answer and they're getting mad at me right now, but that's okay.
It's like some of these cases have had bad riots in the looting, and a lot of them haven't. You know, the what was the one in Missouri, Ferguson, there were riots, but it was only in that city. People weren't in every single city breaking shit and
yeah, that's why this
something.
one is just.
This one is unprecedented.
So like I was so confident that it wasn't gonna make it to Tampa. I was like, our assistant news director was in the station yesterday. Not supposed to work weekends. Assistant news director, but he was in and he was like warning us, hey, just want to make sure everyone's prepared if these protests turn, because there was like a little demonstration at the police department. He said if these protests get out of hand, I want everyone to be ready. I was thinking to myself, this isn't, no one's going to set anything on fire here. Stop, calm down. That night,
next thing you know,
Champs burns down to the ground. Shit's getting smashed. Crazy.
Yeah, so
this is a different,
that's the end of this month. Oh, and did you see the story of the monkeys escaping with COVID samples?
That's random, but funny.
I saw people were saying, "Oh, now we got Planet of the Apes to worry about."
Yeah, that'd be awesome. Bring it on.
Yeah, but speaking of COVID, which obviously has gotten taken over in the media because of what's going on right now with the unrest, you look at all these groups gathering for a good cause. You know, I don't think people are really giving a shit if they get sick or not. They're like, give me justice or give me Rona, you know?
Yeah, I saw on the news tonight, I don't know if it's a government official or a health official. I think it's government. They're like, if you were out at the protest tonight, please go get tested. Because a lot of close contact. A lot of yelling, spit. Can you imagine the spit?
Oh my God.
The spit that's out there?
And all the stuff, all the doors that were touched from the looters.
They didn't touch doors. They smashed windows.
Sure. I've seen some doors.
Some doors. The handle. They just opened the handle. Oh, it's open, guys. Let's go.
No, they were going through doors like civilians, like calmly with the TV. Yeah, so don't be surprised if you see the media talking about corona cases increasing, but don't be scared.
I thought it was gone.
Don't be scared. If that happens, it's because people are getting tested. But
Florida actually has gone up a lot in these last 3 days, and I'm wondering why.
I'm waiting for the Daytona riot so I can go out there.
Daytona riot. Where's that going to happen? Seabreeze?
Burn the speedway.
What do you set fire to in there?
The Daytona International Speedway is on fire. The Dale Earnhardt statue is burning.
they like pull it down because he's racist or something.
See, I knew there would be jokes coming out of this. To be continued. Like we said, we got a whole half a year left. Hurricane season's coming up. I know this doesn't affect you if you're to the west of, Texas, because y'all got Katrina. But
let's pour one out for Bertha. I don't know if we talked about her last episode. And Bertha. Amanda. Both of them. Bertha, right? Was the...
I don't think it was Amanda.
Well, no, Amanda is today. Bertha was like last week.
How they go in reverse order?
I don't know. I thought they had to go consecutively. But anyway, Bertha's gone. Amanda's gone. Actually, Amanda's still alive, but she's dying as we speak.
So, Cristobal next?
Cristobal. Is that
I remember that. We were talking about Cristobal. And then we got Eduardo, Faye, H. Don't remember H. But I think we were mostly worried about Isaiah. The I. But yeah, so hurricane season starts June 1st today and goes through September.
1st.
So
December 1st.
December?
Yeah.
Come in December.
That's the end of hurricane season.
I only worry about till like September 30th.
True. I worry about beginning of football season.
October.
Wait, what
because
hit
last year we had the one in October that displaced me in Ohio.
True. It was gonna cut across, but it kind of stayed.
Yeah.
On the shore.
And I thought I was going to miss my flight, but the hurricane didn't end up hitting where I was flying into, so I got in on an earlier flight. Stay getting lucky with these, but 2020 a different breed. So
oh my gosh.
Low-key nervous.
I'm wondering if it's just going to be nothing and shock us, or if it's going to be 2020 level and just be like, oh, well, here we go again.
Well, we'll find out. Find out soon. And if we do get hit with a hurricane, there will be a podcast delay.
Podcast delay. Unless you evacuate with me, then we can record.
Where are we going? Minneapolis?
Here.
I'm joking.
Nothing hit. I'll stand beside you.
No peace.
No justice.
Thank you.
We got to practice. It's the other way around.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Why are we not out there?
Okay, so I wrote up very short, I regret, because I didn't have much time. But wrote up a little episode of Hung and Promiscuous for you guys because it's been a while and this episode was kind of heavy. So let's get into it. Episode, don't know, maybe 4. Hung and Promiscuous, maybe 5. Father, Donna. It's been a while. Sorry.
No Jugs?
Jugs. Who was that?
I don't remember who Jugs was. I just came up with something funny.
Jugs.
So is this continuity from other episodes, or is this brand new story?
It's continuing the series, but it's not like we're not picking up exactly where we left off. I'm not sure where we're picking up, but this is definitely a sequel, not a prequel. All right, here we go. Scene. Father and Donna are in the kitchen. Or laying on the couch talking about a new project they're working on. I'm Father, as always. Eric is Donna. So
hope it's funny.
Sweetie, I can't figure out our OnlyFans. Am I posting pictures or videos?
You're posting as much as you can. It doesn't matter if it's a picture or video.
I guess I'm just trying to figure out how...
Am I not sending you enough content? Jeez, Daddy.
Oh, no. The stuff I'm getting is great. I promise you that. I mean, the business. It's for the business anyway. It's great for the business. I'm trying not to look at the pictures or videos that you send me. You are my daughter, after all.
Well, that's true, but I hope we blow up. We need to make a Twitter account. That's where you have to promote.
Well, what we need to do is have sex.
Daddy, you want this pussy?
I love when you talk like that. Well, let's be real. We're business partners now. We've got to relax on the joke talk.
Joke. Right. Daddy, you know you want this Corona pussy.
Want? I crave it at times. But let's stop messing around. What's on the agenda today?
Let's make a Twitter and you can take pics of my titties. Is Donna of age?
She's 12.
Yo, chill. This is the podcast that gets us canceled. Racism.
Yeah.
Rape.
Statutory. Okay.
We're in some dark times, guys. Let up.
Good stuff.
Odd transition here. NFL news.
I FaceTimed Jordan Poyer the other day. Our transitions are sharp.
Usually we're nice, but that one's a little difficult.
Well, we're not J.K. Rowling. We can't just end and start a new chapter.
Okay.
New chapter.
You finished that book yet? Number 7?
No.
Come on.
I know. Corona. I should be reading.
It's too late now. Shit's over.
I know. Now I'm distracted by.
Now we're in the revolution.
Yep. I have no time to read now. Gotta go fight.
So gotta go fight. Brief NFL news.
Rights.
Jordan Poyer hit me up. FaceTime of all things.
Yeah, it's random.
Reply to my text. We didn't talk about the NFL much, but he dropped one line that reached out to me that I thought I'd share with you guys, that he didn't think training camp was happening anytime soon. So get your hopes put your hopes away of the NFL season starting soon. That will be postponed most likely, especially when the second wave of Rona come crashing in from the unrest. I keep calling it unrest. That's what I like to call it. It's the word I'm going with. Civil unrest. What else? Oh, he was saying how he wants to start doing Zoom calls and finding out a way to, have conversations with all different types of people about what they go through in life. So he was just trying to bring more awareness to.
He could start by coming on the podcast, but
he could. He was talking about
just kidding, Jordan.
He's talking about sitting with a millionaire and like a minimum wage worker, that type of dynamic combo. So he was just expressing his feelings.
I like that idea because people tend to villainize the rich. So that conversation could be good.
Yeah, I thought it was an interesting discussion. So hopefully it can happen. NBA news.
Yes, NBA news. This is easy transition. 2 years ago today, J.R. Smith forgot the score in crunch time in the NBA Finals. I was so certain that if they won that game, they were going back to Cleveland. Or were they already in Cleveland?
No, that game was in Golden State.
Yeah, they were going back to Cleveland. They actually had a chance against a lot of odds to beat that loaded Warriors team, the Warriors team with Durant, that they didn't beat. So, unfortunate, but got a good meme.
Great meme. Great night on Twitter. Pissed me off, though. We were so pissed off after that game. J.R. Smith. Just saw a video of him beating somebody up for trying to steal in his car or break into his car. I didn't finish the video, so I can't say if it was actually him, but the caption says J.R. Smith.
You left in time to think that it may have been J.R. Smith, so that's all that matters.
Yeah, looked like him. But I don't want to profile.
If the season were good job. If the season started today, here are the seeds. We would have, or here are the matchups. Because I think there's a possibility that the NBA starts at the playoffs. Not sure yet. Yeah. I like what the NHL's doing. You see what they're doing?
Every team makes it?
They're doing a 20-team or 22-team playoff. So 8 teams or however many.
There's a lot of damn teams.
It is, but it's like a tournament style. You get kind of the season. You get rid of the people. The lower seeds aren't going to do that well, and you get more hockey.
Well,
but the
never
playoffs
know
are
in hockey.
But the playoffs are in and starting.
What was that? I saw that the NBA was maybe trying to look to do an Olympic-style playoff with group stages and all that with points. Thought that was interesting for a change.
Yeah.
But
anyway,
like I said,
here are the seeding.
Yeah. All the leagues are speculating right now.
If it started today. Bucks, Magic. Give me Bucks.
I don't know. Joking.
Raptors, Nets. Durant back? No, he's not.
Why wouldn't he play?
I don't know. Re-injury? Maybe it's not worth the risk.
Well, if they start in December, that shit better be healed.
Yeah,
Hypothesis.
We'll start. I hope they start NBA season on Christmas. Like the next one. I hope it starts on Christmas.
Hope we have a country by Christmas.
True. Celtics, Sixers. Stop me if you heard this matchup again. Before, right? Goodness gracious. Miami.
The fans will be happy for that one.
Who will?
The fans of each team.
Yeah.
They love that series.
It's a good rivalry, I guess. Miami Pacers. I guess Miami's nice. Jimmy Butler.
Yeah, I would pick Miami in that.
Oladipo back?
Yeah, he's back.
Okay. Lakers Grizzlies on the West.
Sweep.
True. LeBron's pissed right now. Have you seen this?
LeBron's pissed right now.
He's going to take it out on basketball. Clippers Dallas.
Kawhi not pissed?
What? Oh, Kawhi. No, I haven't heard a word from him.
Wonder what he's thinking.
LeBron ain't out there, though. All he's doing is sending tweets.
Yeah, no, but a lot of celebrities and athletes aren't out there.
Do you think because I saw J. Cole out there, do you think this is such an important issue that people aren't going around him asking for autographs or pictures? I think people are still asking for pictures. But I wonder if when a celebrity goes out during something like this, it's like
Shaq.
Okay, maybe it's a little different.
Shaq's out there, people are taking pictures. But Shaq might start throwing bows.
Elbows. Denver.
This is a bigger issue.
Bigger shouldn't. Oh, that was bad. Oh, sorry. Clippers and Dallas, who you got?
Clippers.
Yeah, Clippers. I don't know, though.
Okay.
Denver, Houston.
You think Doncic's going to come out and smack the Clippers? Denver, for sure. I'm anti-Rockets, unless they're going to space.
Rockets are what? 5th seed, 6th seed?
Who cares?
So
James Harden shooting them out the game.
Jazz, Thunder are a surprise 5th seed.
Fuck, I wouldn't watch a game of that series.
Yeah, it's boring. Who cares?
Unless it was Durant and Russell Westbrook.
So looks like we still got Clippers, Lakers, Western Conference Finals, and a Bucks, Celtics, Miami, Nets.
Well, this is the second round.
Yeah, I'm talking Eastern Conference. I'm talking Eastern Conference. I'm not doing round by round.
Oh. I would have the Bucks winning the East and the Clippers in the West.
Can you imagine? Kawhi would be the first one back to back on different teams, right? Surely.
Back to back. To back? No, I'm tanked. It's been a while. I'm sorry. I'm rusty.
Spurs ain't won in a minute.
Usually NBA is my thing. Haven't seen a basketball shot in months.
Oh, you're ranting here. Do you have anything else to rant about? Since we're on
nice.
to rants, raves, and
God, you're nice. Mostly what's been on my mind this week has been the protests. Obviously, ranted about that.
Just kidding.
I told you guys what to do to help. If you don't remember, run it back. That's the beauty of a medium like this. You can replay it. And if you have thoughts, opinions, share them with us.
Especially if you're on YouTube, please run it back.
Run it back and forth, forward to brass. Share with your. We're not done there. We're not there yet. Another rant. I'm excited to announce that I'm going back to the gym on Monday in my routine.
Yeah, I can see you kind of need it.
What you mean?
Okay.
My arms are naturally nice. It's everything else that needs work. But, so this past week, I've trained myself to wake up early, but it ain't work because I've been up on Twitter every night till 5 a.m. reading Twitter. So
I was at work tomorrow for 2 hours. No, I was at work this morning, which is yesterday. I was at work this morning for 2 hours before you went to bed. That's how early I went to work, and that's how late you went to bed.
Yeah. You were snapping me. You snapped me the doc at like 3 or 4 in the morning, and I was wide awake.
The intro? Or the doc?
The doc.
Oh.
You snapped the doc and said, no motivation.
Yeah, I got no motivation. I didn't.
I believed you. But yeah, so waking up early this past week did not work because of all the shit going on. But it's okay. I'm going to be in bed early tonight. Back in the gym tomorrow morning. Make sure you follow me on Dunniverse to get all of that great gym content. And you can see what I'm doing because the transformation is back on, baby.
Good. I needed your inspiration because I kind of was lacking too.
Yeah, I feel like it's an effect I have on people. But we're back.
Here's a rave. Roger Federer, according to Forbes' most recent study, highest paid athlete since June 2019. So the last year. Roger Federer. Care to guess who's number 2?
Ronaldo.
Yep. 3?
Tiger Woods.
No.
LeBron.
No.
Jordan.
No. Jordan.
Shit.
I don't think he's an athlete right now.
Messi.
Messi, yep. And 4 is Neymar.
Oh, all these soccer players.
Yeah. 5?
Baseball?
No.
No. Soccer again?
No.
Tennis?
No.
Shit. Rogers? I'm joking. I don't know.
That was Roger's backup. It's LeBron.
Okay.
6 is Curry.
Yeah, I wouldn't have guessed that.
7's Durant. 8 is
Where's
Tiger.
Woods? He broke? Oh.
Jinx. 9 is Kirk Cousins.
How?
And 10 is Carson Wentz.
Jeez.
And
that's why Dak won 140 mil.
The most cringy comment on that post is ESPN NFL's page saying QB's getting paid with a money symbol. Kirk Cousins and Carson Wentz. Yay.
Oh, God. Pay Dak.
Goodness.
I got a rave. Space travel.
Please, give it to me.
It's got me thinking about life on other planets. Got me thinking about the universe as a whole.
Did you get goosebumps
its
when
vastness.
When it took off?
No.
Oh.
I don't get goosebumps from that. I'm just like fascinated because of all the cameras and like seeing and like trying to put myself inside that capsule.
Can you imagine sitting there for 2
die?
hours? Yeah. Can you imagine sitting there for 2 hours before it takes off? You're just sitting backwards.
Could you imagine in that thing in orbit for 18?
Or when it takes off and you're like, do you feel that? Because remember?
Yeah.
When we're in that Tesla,
this is fun.
And we went at whatever G's. This is like a billion times crazier.
Yeah, it's pretty fucking fast.
What does that feel like? I couldn't do that. Obviously.
You have to push your lungs forward, an astronaut said.
Like,
I couldn't imagine. I'd probably pass out.
Yeah. Like,
yeah, I wouldn't wake up until we're out of the atmosphere.
And then you just
and I feel weightless. Eric, you all right? You all right? What happens if they die in that thing? How does it come back?
Comes back later. I don't know.
I don't know how that works.
They probably just throw him out, let him float around space.
That's so crazy because like you get past the Earth's atmosphere and it's black.
Yeah, isn't that weird?
It's just black and there's no sound. There's no sound out there.
Or wind. So like when you're going fast, you don't feel it.
And it's icy cold. Except on the side that the sun is, obviously. Because like I saw an astronaut describe it. He said, whichever side of your body's facing the sun, you feel it. And the other side is icy cold.
I wonder what you feel. Do you feel what you feel when you're in the sun and on Earth?
I doubt that. It's probably much more intense. But maybe not. Because of how cold it is up there, the sun might be balancing that out.
Wonder how quickly it is to get a sunburn.
You'd have to be, well, I was going to say you have to be closer to Mercury, but you die. I don't know how close you can get out there to the sun before evaporating. But that's scary to think about. But thinking about space just got me thinking about how, minuscule we are in this universe. I wrote something in here that's kind of fucked up.
Give it to me.
I wrote that our lives only have meaning and purpose when it comes to peer-to-peer interaction like this and the stuff that we go through here on our planet. But otherwise, we ain't shit. But that's not a call to action to kill yourself.
Hope not.
Because if you do, you're going to fuck somebody else's life up by doing that. But just know that this universe does not revolve around you. It revolves around the sun. And the minor problems that you're facing with, they're not worth complaining about. we got bigger issues out here, and start focusing on other cooler shit like the universe, because it's cool to think about. God, space. Would you go to space? If they had a sign-up sheet and said, we're sending motherfuckers to space, would you sign the list? Would you spend like 5 years learning about what all you need before they sent you up there?
Where are we going?
The space station.
I'm a little claustrophobic. It looks kind of small.
It does.
Send me to the moon.
I don't know if I could do that.
Send me to the moon?
I don't do well in planes.
But no, yeah, I don't do well in planes. You know, it only took them 19 hours to get to the space station?
Only?
I mean, they're traveling to space. Some flights take 24 hours on Earth. And they're going to space, so.
Oh, they put the space station up there so it could be close in proximity.
And so it could, travel around our Earth.
Orbit, yeah. God, that's crazy.
Yeah. In internet, so every country uses that.
Really?
I'd imagine. It's called international.
Is it just one satellite? Is it a satellite?
You know, I don't know what they do.
Is that how we
there.
get Google Earth?
I don't know what they do there. And yeah, I think Google has a satellite in the world. I think Apple. I think they all throw satellites up there for GPS and internet. I think. I don't know if that's how we're getting our internet.
You got to be some type of genius to create an aircraft that can shoot people up to the space station and land right side up.
Everything has to happen perfect.
Yeah. To use it for another launch.
Like, just
what?
Hearing them cheer when everything would go right. Like, they'd cheer when they'd reach a certain milestone before the rocket even took off. You'd hear the people in the background, like, applauding.
Yeah, it's steps.
Yeah, it's like all this calculation that they've been doing for months and months. All this math, all this designing, building, testing,
years.
Everything has to happen perfect at every step for them to launch. And it's got to feel so nice when everything happens the way you plan it. All your math problems are perfect. The calculation of, okay, we have to launch today at 3:22 to get to the space station, because the space station is going around the Earth at, like, what they call it, 19,000 miles an hour or something. So we have to launch at a specific time, and if we don't launch at that time, and if everything doesn't go right at that time, then we have to wait another 3 days. Because we have to get there at this right time. We have to do so many calculations to make sure that we do. And when it all happens, can you imagine how they feel? It's got to feel like winning the Super Bowl.
And I think his next goal, Elon Musk, is to get to Mars. And that takes...
Put a human on Mars.
It takes... I think he said spacecraft.
Oh.
But spacecraft first.
One of his, probably.
Yeah. Because imagine your first test to Mars, you send a human...
Because we have rovers on Mars. So we've been there with spacecraft.
We have been there.
But
maybe it was an old article.
But we haven't sent SpaceX there. SpaceX hasn't gone.
Yeah. Another thing I thought about is, like...
He wants to live on Mars.
I see why. He's a weird dude. He's a smart...
And Earth kind of fucked.
Oh, you thought it was an Earth joke?
Yeah.
I thought about, we have, like, data and all this stuff, but we don't really know how old our universe is. So I had a theory about, what if we have had other life forms on these other planets, but they all got destroyed over the years, and Earth is the only one with living life left.
Why would that? I mean, I'm sure if there were other life forms on other planets, I'm sure
in the past,
if that was even a possibility, I'm sure Earth isn't the only one left. Because I'm sure there's, like, endless space. So I'm sure there are other things out there, no matter how many have been destroyed. But
All these galaxies.
Can you imagine being on one of those that's been destroyed? It's so crazy to think that they also have their problems. They've also had
you just had a club in Uranus.
Okay, I'm not talking about the planets in our solar system. I'm sure Uranus does not have life form, and there's not clubs on Uranus.
You don't know that.
New York City and Uranus.
You don't know what happened before we got here. You don't know shit. So it's all theory.
Okay.
Is that not funny to think about?
A club in Uranus? Yes.
Uranus life.
Yes.
This cold ass planet. Speaking of Earth and planets, I'd like to travel around the globe someday.
So you would go to space?
Not literally around the globe.
Oh, you mean you should have said around the world. I would have understood better. Can't say globe.
Well, you interrupted me. I was going to keep going. But I'd like to travel around the world someday. But right now, with all that's going on and coronavirus, hopefully one day in the near future when things are better, I can take that journey. But I don't want to just go to one country and return. I want to be gone for months and just forget about the life.
Why are you teaching English?
Just forget about the life that's on this soil, this U.S. soil, experience other cultures, do my pod from Japan. It'd be morning right now over there. I'd be eating breakfast on the pod. Hey, Drew, I'm in Japan. Konnichiwa.
It would lag a lot more than that.
You don't know. Maybe Japan's real nice with the electronics and the data. They probably got that high-speed shit. Nintendo motherfuckers. What else they got? Sony?
Oh. Yeah, I had a bacon cheeseburger with peanut butter drizzle on it the other day. It was good. Very rich, but it was good.
You said bacon cheeseburger?
Bacon cheeseburger, lettuce cheeseburger.
Why?
And then on it.
Are you struggling?
Peanut butter drizzle. I got it at a restaurant.
Oh. Okay. That's understandable because if it's at a restaurant, then, they know how to make things good. It's been tested.
Yeah, they know that the peanut butter drizzle's something that works.
Yeah, they tested the flavor combination with multiple palettes. But I thought you had just made a cheeseburger and took a peanut butter.
It's disgusting.
What's the name of the restaurant? You got to shout them out. Maybe get free burgers.
I was going to. Ford's Garage in Brandon, Florida. If anyone's ever in Brandon, Florida.
Brandon.
What a weird name for a city, right?
Ian?
You can't name it by like a name.
I've heard of it. I'll have to give it a try. I'm not saying that till the end.
Oh. Here's another review, or a rave. Still in raves. This is a good story. Homeless Florida student is going to graduate as his high school valedictorian. So listen to this. Despite battling homelessness, a Florida teen has become the top student in his high school graduating class. Martin Folsom has been waiting and praying for the moment. I should have reached out to him. We should have had him on here. Has been waiting and praying for the moment he could put on his hard-earned cap and gown as class valedictorian. Although if he's homeless, he probably doesn't have Zoom. He said, it kind of gave me a jolt in my chest a little bit, so it was a good feeling. And while his walk across the stage may have been taken away due to the pandemic, his determination to get to this point will never waver. He said, it means a lot, and it gives me a sense of all I've done and all I've accomplished. It was worth it. Folsom and his mother have been in and out of homelessness since he was a kid and throughout his 4 years at Philip Randolph Career Academy. That's in Jacksonville. It was actually a time when we were not really homeless, for the longest time, but it was when we were at our lowest because it was when we literally had nowhere to stay for an entire day. His drive for this future kept him going, and his mom was there every step of the way to make sure his dreams never faded. She has been the person that whenever I did end up getting upset or whenever I needed someone to laugh or talk to, she was always there. She's always encouraging me. As far as I know, I'm the first person in my family to actually get a college degree, he said. Folsom plans to attend Valdosta State in Georgia in the fall.
Or you can't read.
And after college, he hopes to work for the FBI.
Please don't. I'm joking. Love it. Love when you got nice stories at the end of episodes.
Yep.
Valdosta State College. Wouldn't recommend.
Right?
I've been. Ain't shit there.
How you been?
Ain't shit there. I'm not like to attend the college, but I've been to the city and went to a football game there. It's a really good football team, D2, but yikes, that city is just nothing. But power to him. It's his decision. Let me stop hating. You have another review?
Oh. I have my first review. Here's an update on a story brought you last week. Boone County resident has tested positive for COVID-19 after visiting the Lake of Ozarks pool party venue. Remember the one we showed you last week?
Mm-hmm.
A week after images of Memorial Day weekend revelers jammed into the Lake of Ozarks pool party at Blackwater Jack's Bar and Grill made international headlines. The Camden County Health Department now... I'm not going to read this. Someone tested positive. Someone tested positive.
Why you wrote all that?
I don't know. I copied and pasted. That's all I did.
Someone tested positive from the Lake of Ozarks.
Okay, next. Sorry. Was more inspired earlier.
Yeah, I bet. Last thought?
Last thought is we have a special release coming for you guys next week, hopefully.
Cap. Joking.
Might be. Just got to work some logistics out, but something is coming that will bring you closer to us and us closer to you and you guys closer to each other. We notice how well our Dunn and Drew group chat has worked on Snapchat, and we don't want to limit it to just those people. So that's a little teaser. It's going to be a lot more in store once we get all our pigs in order, or ducks in order. Ducks aligned. That's it.
Ducks in a blanket.
Pigs. Oh, I get it.
I don't know. I don't know what I'm saying.
It's a white phrase. Can't do it.
I don't know what I'm saying. My mind's all jumbled up, man. I'm stressed.
It's okay. We talked about
it. It's not just that. It's everything. It's a lot of things in life. Life's never one dimensional. There's always moving parts. My last thought, guys.
I'll put a moving part in you.
Oh, God.
It's been a while since I've said something like that. So.
I am about to buy a new toy for that. Okay. I got to buy it this week.
Luckily, not many people make it to the end of these shows.
You don't know that.
I know.
I make it to the end. They better make it to the end.
I know, I'm joking.
You get one episode a week. Y'all better listen to the whole thing, my niggas. Make sure you guys text the word podcast to 386-204-6499 to join our text community for updates on our show. We've been getting a lot of messages. A lot of people have been reaching out, expressing their love. It's a real loyal community, and I enjoy sitting and reading the text every day. So if you'd like to be a part of that, I'll say the number again, 386-209-64.
No, 204.
I'm tanked.
It's going to be on the screen.
We'll put it in the bio.
No, it's on the screen. Remember the last episode? It was on the screen the whole time.
386-204-6499.
350, yeah.
That's our show, guys. Make sure you guys share the YouTube video when we post it. Make sure you run those views up. Share the show with your friends, parents.
Enemies.
That's it.
Oh.
That's it. Just your parents and your friends. Because we're not doing that enemy shit anymore. We changing that. We're changing the culture live for you guys. Share with your parents, your friends, and your relatives. That's another one I can add. Rate and review us on iTunes. Text us. Love one another. This is going to be the first. This is about to be the first week after this stressful week, so we'll see what happens. But
shout out to all the YouTube commenters. Sorry I didn't shout you out this time. Twitter,
you're stressed.
Appreciate it. Yeah. Podcast reviews on Apple. Appreciate it.
And if anything we've said about what's going on in the country right now made you question anything or you want to talk, we got DMs. We're here. Don't think you just have to listen to the podcast and be silent. You can talk to us.
Or the community app.
And we'll reply, yeah, send them to me. All right, we're out of here. That's our show. Thanks for listening. This has been Dunn and Drew, baby. I'll see y'all in the gym.
Not me.